Hello, and welcome to the Practical English Podcast. My name is Mike.
And I'm Angela. We're so glad you could join us today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a topic that everyone can relate to: family.
That's right. We'll give you the essential vocabulary and phrases you need to describe your family in English. So, are you ready to get started, Angela?
Absolutely. Let's dive in.
Okay, first things first. Let's talk about the immediate family. This is your core family unit.
Exactly. Your immediate family typically includes your parents, that's your mother and father, and your siblings.
Right. Siblings is a great word. It means your brothers and sisters together. So instead of saying, I have one brother and two sisters, you can say, I have three siblings.
It's very efficient. And of course, if you're married, your immediate family also includes your spouse. That's your husband or wife. And your children, which are your son or daughter.
Perfect. So let's give an example. My immediate family is quite small. It's just me, my wife, and our son.
And for me, I'm an only child. That means I don't have any siblings. So growing up, my immediate family was just my mother and my father.
That's a great phrase for our listeners. I'm an only child. You can also say things like, I come from a big family, or I come from a small family. These are simple ways to start the conversation.
Definitely. So to recap for everyone, mother, father, parents, sister, brother, siblings, husband, wife, son, daughter, children, that's your immediate family.
Okay, so what about everyone else, all those other relatives? That brings us to our next topic, the extended family.
Yes, the extended family includes all your other relatives. Let's start with your parents' parents. Those are your grandparents.
Right. Your mother's mother is your grandmother, and your father's father is your grandfather. And to them, you are their grandchild, or grandson if you're a boy, and granddaughter if you're a girl.
Exactly. Now, what about your parents' siblings? Your father's brother is your uncle, and your mother's sister is your aunt.
And the children of your aunt and uncle are your cousins. This is an important one for learners because in English, the word cousin is used for both males and females. There's no separate word.
That's a fantastic point, Mike. It simplifies things. So Maria is my cousin, and David is also my cousin. Same word.
Two more key words here are niece and nephew. Your sister's son is your nephew, and your brother's daughter is your niece.
Okay, this is great. But there's one more group that can be tricky: the in-laws.
Yes, the in-laws. This term refers to the family of your spouse. So your wife's mother is your mother-in-law.
And your husband's brother is your brother-in-law. You just add in-law after the family member's title. Father-in-law, sister-in-law, and so on. It shows the relationship is by marriage, not by blood.
You explained that perfectly. So that's your extended family. It can seem like a lot of words, but you'll get used to them with practice.
That's a great overview of the traditional family tree. But families today can be more complex, right? Let's talk about some other common situations.
Absolutely. A great place to start is with stepfamilies. This happens when one of your parents remarries. For example, if your father marries a new wife, she is your stepmother, and her children from a previous relationship are your stepbrothers or stepsisters.
Okay, so we know who everyone is. Now, how do we talk about them? Let's move on to describing personalities and relationships. And if your parent has a child with their new spouse, that child is your half-brother or half-sister. You share one parent, so you are half-siblings.
Great idea. First, let's talk about how close you are to your family members. A really common and positive phrase is, we are very close. For example, my sister and I are very close. We talk every day.
Right. You could also say, I get along really well with my dad. That means you have a good, friendly relationship.
On the other hand, if you argue sometimes, you could use an idiom. A very common one is, we don't always see eye to eye.
Ooh, that's a great one. To see eye to eye means to agree on things. So if you don't see eye to eye, you have different opinions. For example, my brother and I are very different. We don't always see eye to eye, but we still love each other.
Exactly. Now, what about describing their personality? Let's give our listeners some useful adjectives.
Okay, you could say someone is outgoing, which means they're friendly and social. The opposite might be shy or reserved.
Good ones. You can also use simple words like kind, funny, or serious. For example, I could describe my father like this. My dad is very hardworking and generous.
That's perfect. It gives a clear picture. Another useful word is talkative. It describes someone who talks a lot.
My aunt is very talkative. I can never get a word in when she calls.
I think everyone has a relative like that. So, listeners, try to think of one or two adjectives to describe each person in your family. It's great practice.
Okay, for our last section, let's cover how to ask other people about their families. This is a very common topic when you're getting to know someone.
Yes, the simplest and most common question is probably, do you have any siblings? Or do you have any brothers or sisters?
Totally. If you want to be more general, you can ask, how big is your family? Or even better, tell me about your family.
I like that one. Tell me about your family is so open and friendly. It invites the other person to share as much as they want.
It does. Let's do a quick role play, Angela. Why don't you ask me about my family?
Okay, I'd love to. So, Mike, tell me about your family.
Well, I come from a pretty average-sized family. I have one older sister. She lives in a different city, but we're very close and talk on the phone a lot. My parents live nearby, which is great because I can see them often.
Oh, that's really nice that your parents are close by. What do they do?
They're both retired now. My dad used to be a teacher, and my mom was a nurse. They enjoy gardening and spending time with their grandson, my son.
That sounds lovely. Thanks for sharing, Mike.
Of course. And see, listeners, it's that easy. A few simple questions and answers can lead to a great conversation.
Well, that's just about all the time we have for today. We hope you found this episode helpful for talking about your own family.
We covered the vocabulary for immediate and extended family, adjectives for describing personality, and phrases for asking and answering questions.
For your homework this week, try to describe one person in your family to a friend or speaking partner. Use some of the words and phrases you learned today.
That's a great assignment. Thanks for listening to the Practical English Podcast. Join us next time when we'll be talking about how to order food in a restaurant.
Until then, happy learning, everyone.
Bye.